Scramble!
Hey, all you people and peopleettes. Hello and jello from your humble bumble, Jumpin' Johnny Jumble. Or as we say here at Scramblin' Radio,
Jumpin' Johnny Jell-Bum.
Because here at Scramblin' Radio, we mix 'em and you fix 'em. Oh, yeah! In other words, my name is really
Jumpin' Johnny Jumble.
Can you dig it? I knew that you could. And I'll be shoving out the hits, messing up the words, and you gotta make sense of all the nonsense. So let's get the bristles out of this porcupine and stick a winner on the plate with today's #1 hit. It's the with Constable.
Constable, my friends down in the hood, they tell me that I'm just no good, but they can't eat my shorts.
They can eat my shorts.
Constable, I wish that I was 10 feet tall, so they pass me the ball, and I'd be the king of the court. Yeah.
It's good. It's all good. That was the scoring with their smash hit, Basketball. Ha ha! Did you get it? And now it's time for another
Commercial spot.
Hey, if you want a quick snack but don't want to try the same old thing, why not try Tammy's Citruff?
If you're feeling hungry but don't know what to eat, try your Tammy Citruff. They just can't be beat.
Oh yeah, Tammy's Citruff have won top prizes at the state fair 30 years in a row. And each year they're sweeter and juicier than ever, 'cause Tammy puts in tender loving. And of course, she cheats. So if you're tired of meat and potatoes, try Tammy's Fruits. Oh baby, can you dig it? I knew that you could. So clones and clonettes, before we send this baby off to Dreamville, let's hear one from the Oddies and their newest oldie, Rupsy Dulcum.
They think they are so hot, like they're a great big honking deal. I could look the same as them if I didn't eat a meal. They're the Rupsy Dulcum, with lips the size of New York. I could join the Rupsy Dulcum, except I'm only 5 feet short. I could join the Rupsy Dulcum.
Long, tall, and all, you know what they are. That's the Oddies with Supermodels. Oh, baby. And as we send this model down the runway, this is big-time bye-byes from your lonesome one-some.
Jumpin' Johnny Meatball.
That's Jumble.
Next game coming up. Greetings.
Game cartridge loading. Check.
Next game up. Distraction news.
And now, Distraction News with your anchor person, Dora Smarmy.
Good evening. I'm Dora Smarmy, and welcome to Distraction News, where we give you the news, and at the end of our newscast, I'll ask you 5 questions about what I've reported. So pay close attention and make sure you're not distracted. Now for our top story today, mummies. The ancient Egyptian pharaohs believed that death was the beginning of a great journey. They preserved their dead through the process of mummification, and then buried them in tombs or pyramids with food, clothing, jewels, servants, and even pets. The mummification process was highly effective and has preserved some bodies for nearly 5,000 years. After death, the ancient morticians would remove the brain and many vital organs. For mummification to occur, all water must be removed from the body. This is so bacteria cannot break down the body's tissue. To thoroughly dry it out, they would pack the abdominal cavity with drying compounds and immerse the body in saltpeter for about 40 days. After that, the body was washed, repacked with spices and the drying compounds, and wrapped in bandages soaked in resin. Quite a process, just as Tutankhamun, one of the most famous mummies ever. Hey, by the way, shouldn't we call male mummies daddies? Now let's see how well you were able to remember the facts, and be sure to count how many you get right. Mummies are really scary monsters, a slang term for mother, or preserved human bodies. The answer is preserved human bodies. What is the longest some mummies have been preserved? Over 10,000 years, nearly 5,000 years, or several decades? The answer is nearly 5,000 years. What do the ancient morticians remove from the dead pharaohs? Unwanted facial hair, vital organs, or cowboy boots? The answer is vital organs. The body is immersed for 40 days in what? A bubble bath, powdered sugar, or saltpeter? The answer is saltpeter. And finally, what is the last thing they do to the mummy? Throw it a goodbye party, plastic surgery, or wrap it in bandages? The answer is wrap it in bandages. So, how did you do? Do you think you can make your own mummy? Ew. Oh well, that's all the time we have for today, but remember, don't ever let anything distract you from watching Distraction News. So long.
This has been Distraction News with your favorite cardboard cutout anchor person, Dora Smarmy.
You fool! This is your one and only Professor Rocket, ready to once again provide you with the greatest game ever to walk the earth. Psycho Man! Whoa! Man, I gotta get that fixed. Okay, game time. Here's how it works. I'll show you an equation, but instead of numbers, I'll show you some pictures. All you gotta do is figure out what the numbers and pictures stand for. Then, just solve the problem. Got it? Good. Then I expect it's time to do some psycho math. I think the age you need to be to vote. Yeah, I'm thinking of running. Then add it to the number of years in a decade. I've always been a 20s type of guy myself. Then divide it by the number of pints in a quart. Got milk? Or a milkshake. Got the answer? Let me take you through it. Takes the voting age of 18. Add it to 10 years in a decade. Then divide it by the 2 pints in a quart. And the answer is 14. 14. Now, that's what I call doing the math. The psycho math, that is. Next up, take the number of years in a century. Put on some clothes, Miss Methuselah. Plus the number of Roman numeral V stands for. You think the Romans didn't know that V is a letter? Now, just subtract the number of frames in a game of bowling. Got the answer? Need some more time? Forget it! We got 100 years in a century. Plus the 5 the Roman numeral B stands for. And then subtract the 10 frames in a game of bowling. And what you get is 95. 95. A great year for math. That number's so good, it scares me. You ready to do a lot more? Well, too bad, because this is the last one. Take the noon hour. I'm getting hungry. Now subtract the number of sides in an isosceles triangle. Next, subtract the number of zeros in a million. Got the answer? Let's go, let's go, let's go. I got a lunch date. Noon is 12 o'clock. Minus the 3 sides of an isosceles triangle, or any other triangle for that matter. Minus the 6, count them, 6 zeros in a million, equals 3. 3, a sit. Good job. That's all the time we have for today. But don't be surprised if someday, some way, when you least expect it, someone walks up to you and says, "Smile, it's time for Psycho Math." Haha, Professor Rocket's out.